political ramifications of this are potentially quite perilous for Keir Starmer. He came out yesterday via his spokesman and said that he believes the BBC is not corrupt and that it still maintains credibility and the trust of the public. Now, this puts him in complete loggerheads with the White House. We saw Trump's lawyers who are threatening £1 billion unless the BBC issues a retraction, compensation and apology by Friday. They are going to sue them for $1 billion, most likely in the state of Florida. So it's clear that Trump has the BBC in his sights. How does that affect the relationship, the delicate relationship between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump? Keir Starmer has put in so much legwork trying to get in the president's good graces, and he has been successful in doing that so far. But the fact they are now on either side of this BBC debate could really put a strain on their already quite contentious relationship.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It really goes, this, to the heart of the BBC's integrity, and Samir Shah, the chairman, yesterday apologised for the Panorama mistake, as he called it. But what he didn't do is say that the BBC was institutionally biased, which is the charge that many of his critics are now levelling at it. Critics such as Nigel Farage, the leader of the Reform Party, who is now saying that the BBC's licence fee model is not fit for standard and it's not fit for the modern age.
We need to very much slim down BBC. When it comes to entertainment, when it comes to sport and many other areas like that, well, they should compete against everybody else for a subscription model. That's the modern world that we live in. So the licence fee, as currently is, cannot survive. It is wholly unsustainable.
There's been a debate raging in the past few years about what to do with this public funding model. At the moment, everyone who has a TV has to pay about £170 a year, and it goes up with inflation year by year, for the privilege of owning a TV, and that money goes directly to the BBC's coffers. But in an era of a multiplicity of broadcasters, of streaming services, is this really fit for the modern age? And what we have at the moment is the BBC under the microscope, because the Charter Review, which governs it, is coming up for renewal, and we understand that everything will be on the table. And so does the BBC move to a more subscription model? Is it a hybrid public funding and subscription? This is the questions which are currently being asked, and it comes at the worst time for the BBC because there are serious questions now about its standards. We understand that Samir Shah and senior people at the BBC at the moment do not seem to be addressing serious questions of systemic biases, and they have brushed off any accusations that there is an inbuilt institutional prejudice at the heart of the BBC. But for its critics, who for a long time now thought there is an embedded liberal bias in it, it's mistakes like Panorama, like the Gaza documentary, like the streaming of Glastonbury, which only go to serve the accusations that there is something seriously wrong at the heart of the BBC.